Crowd chant MVP. If it's one thing I tell you that the Spurs organization need to do going forward for game two, them awful Fiesta themed shirts, I believe is killing the chemistry of the audience because it looked like damn half of the crowd is Knicks fans. They got the same orange that I got. Like, what y'all got going on? It's five different colors. I think they need like how the Heat during playoff time used to do white out. Spurs need to do black out, gray out, or something. Like, but all these, I get it. It's for cultural fiesta or whatever. NBA Finals wrong game. Where Jaylen Brown be treading that. Not talking about Jaylen Brown. Jalen Brunson be treading that half court, back court. He be like an inch away from stepping back court. He be using every inch of the half court. He just hit him with a step back. Good defense by Fox. I believe that was Fox Gardner. Wemby got the read. Wemby driving. Wemby shoots a floater. It was a wild floater. Castle Champagne almost got the rebound. Hard. Oh, y'all ain't bad transition by Spurs. Led to an open three, but the three was missed. Kick it back out to Brunson. Shot clock still haven't reset. Down to 7. Jalen drives, shoots a floater up top. Wemby comes down with the read. We in the final 2.5 minutes. Champagne got the rock. He at the top of the perimeter. Kick swings it to Wemby. Wemby swings it to what's your boy name? Fox. Fox kicks it back out for a trade. They break the trade. They get the rebound. Ooh, Wemby almost caught the rawest alley just now. It was way behind him. He had to literally extend his freaking arm like that. Wingspan is crazy. His arm probably extended 2 feet, 3 feet back. I'm not even gonna lie. 3 feet. That's like half an average size human to even grab that ball. And he almost laid it in. Knicks starting to fall apart toward the end of this game. The Knicks still got the lead. The Knicks up by 1. Wemby about to shoot the first of 2 at the free throw line. Knicks success in the fourth quarter involved Jalen Brunson driving in. I was just about to start saying that they need to start pressing on Brunson. Particularly, there's only one person that can press Brunson, and that's De'Aaron Fox. I think he's the only person fast enough, athletic enough to press Jalen because I wouldn't just let Jalen just keep dribbling on me. I think Jalen handles is nice, but it's not Kyrie Irving-ish in my opinion. I gotta test that dribble, and he already on a bad knee and a bad ankle for this game. So I'm gonna press Jalen when Jalen get the rock. I can't just let him dribble and develop and create plays for his teammates. I gotta be pressuring him at all times when he can't look around. All right, so Jalen Brunson gets the rock. Wemby nails both free throws, putting them up by 1, 95-94. 2 minutes left in the game, 2:07 to be exact. Jalen Brunson treading that backcourt line again, that half court line. Oh, he got around him. Jalen Brunson just got, oh my goodness, he gave up a freebie to me. They kick it out to Anunoby. Jalen tilts it back out to the outside. Mikal get the rebound. Jalen shoots from the easy 3. He gets the easy 3. 97-95. New York takes the lead again. They up by 2. 1:48 left in the game. Castle coming down with the rock. He slows it down. Josh Hart guarding them. They're at the top of the key. Wemby's asking for the rock. He's posting up with Cat at the Okay, got him on the block. De'Aaron came swinging. De'Aaron missed the open mid-range shot, 15-footer, more like a 12-footer. Jalen Brunson got the rock. He's being guarded by Champagne. It's a minute 18 left. New York are up by 2. He's slowing it down. Approximately 3 possessions left in this game. So you anticipate a foul just occurred, but I think it was a non-shooting foul. Oh, he is going to shoot 2. So Mikal Bridges is about to shoot 2 with New York already up 2. There's approximately 3 possessions left in the game. So this means that if Mikal knocks this down, putting New York up 4, the Spurs almost, I don't think it's like that much to where they have to get a 3 ball, but they're gonna have to get a score and a stop. I think that the way they should take this next possession, Mikal just put them up by 3. He made the first of 2. I think when the way the Spurs handle this possession is you want to like go for like a 2-for-1 almost, and make the most out of your possession because New York gonna play patient the rest of this. They gonna milk they shot clock down about 3-4 seconds if they smart. for the rest of the game. Depending on if he made this, he did. He made the free throw, putting them up. Look, see, Jeffries just said the same thing I just said. They're gonna slow it down, but I think San Antonio need to go into their shot early. If they miss and get an offensive rebound, then they go for the trade. Wemby tried to cross. Wemby just turned the ball over trying to do a crossover. Now you got to get a stop. One thing you cannot let Knicks do is shoot the trade. Trades is off limits. If they get a regular 2-point basket, you still down 2 possessions. A trade will absolutely kill you. Jalen Brunson leads in for contact, and he hits the floater on some Kobe-ish from the elbow. De'Aaron rushes back up the court. They swing the rock. Wemby steps into a trade. He misses the trade. Now they got a foul. They fouled Mitchell Robinson. Knicks, to me, just won the game. That's where the game was won, just right then and there. I don't know. That was uncharacteristic. I know Wemby comes down the court. He handles the ball a lot. But I don't like him bringing the rock up at the last when it's the most pivotal point in the game. Obviously, he got to touch it. But you need your ball handlers. That's when you use your ball handlers. That's when you use your De'Aaron Fox. I like Castro handling the rock. He made great decisions. Even Champagne. But OG's about to shoot for 2. He nails it down, making the 3-possession game. It's pretty much over with. And barring that these guys have like a Reggie Miller or a Klay Thompson, 30 seconds, it's pretty much over with. They pull Cat. Cat to me is I know people going to give Brunson, say 38, 25-point playoff game with Nick, second in franchise history. Patrick Ewing is the first. Jalen Brunson is the MVP of the fourth quarter. Cat is the consistent motor that held them down even when they was down. Cat had a monster period in the third quarter. He was on them boards going ham. De'Aaron drives. De'Aaron tries to kick it outside. Ball gets knocked out. At this point, if I'm the Spurs, we just letting Wemby shoot the rest of the way because he's the only person that you can press him and he can shoot over the top. He's the only person on the floor. Spurs call timeout. Barring that you do like some kind of screen or something like that. Tracy Morgan, he right behind the Knicks bench. He's the happiest person over there. Him and Spike Lee. But that was a beautiful play by Jalen. Beautiful play by the guy defending him, Facil or whatever, however you pronounce his name, because he didn't put no contact. Jalen didn't flop. Shout out to no flopping in this game. I think if there's anything to take away from this game is no flopping, real basketball. It was a back and forth game. Flopping was just a dirty thing to watch. It messes up the game. It slows down the game. It's too many foul calls. So this was a nice pace game on both teams' behalf. I think Spurs kind of I ain't gonna say Spurs gave this away. More so the Knicks took it. But I think Spurs made it easy for them because I think when the Spurs had they pulled Wembanyama out the game. I was telling y'all this on my last screen. Y'all go check out my last screen. Let me say so. Numeri, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Pardon me. Said, "What's up, brother?" Another person said this, and then somebody said, "What's up, my love?" I alluded to this point in the first quarter. I said that you need to rest Wemby, right? So they in the first quarter, going back to the first quarter, the Spurs put Wemby on the bench around the 4-minute mark. I said, okay, maybe they bring him back at the 2-minute mark, depending on the success that they have with him off the floor. Freaking, they had good success with Wemby off the floor. The team got in their rhythm. I said, do not bring Wemby back into the second. Let him start in the second quarter because it's just for this exact reason. You need him to play the full second half. When he goes out, that's when the Knicks, I'm trying to tell you, the Knicks was terrified. They petrified. They would not shoot anything 15 foot or closer. They weren't doing they weren't driving in the post. They weren't trying to do no floaters. They was looking over their back. They was running in, and then they was just basically trying to see what they can develop and then kick it back out. They couldn't even develop an inside-out game. It was more so an outside-in game. The only kind of inside buckets the New York Knicks was getting was putbacks, easy boards, and stuff like that. Outside of that, when Wemby went out the game, their whole game plans changed. They started attacking, and they never stopped attacking, even when Wemby came back in. I think that's a coaching error. I'm gonna say that if anybody take the L in this series first, it's the coach, the Spurs coach. It was a coaching error. I need Wemby my entire second half. That's why you rest him as much as you can in the first, but he's my closer. I cannot have the chemistry change because basketball is a game of ups and downs, ebbs and flows. Once New York started flowing and they got used to getting a couple runners, seeing a couple runners fall, start getting dribble penetration, it was over with. They wasn't getting no dribble penetration. Not that Jalen Brunson can't penetrate. It's just the fact that he went 1 for 7 to start from the outside and was worse, like shooting overall, like 1 for 10. Once he developed his confidence, he's a volume shooter. I said that in the first stream that I did. Jalen Brunson is a volume shooter. So, I mean, clearly you do, Big J. You done gave me 3 complimentary comments feeding to the algorithm. Why don't you go ahead and give it a like? Do that for me, my brother. And I appreciate your commentary. Please keep helping the algorithm. I hope that you understand. I acknowledge you because I respect you. So please keep the commentary coming. But yeah, that's when they get it flowing, man. Like, shout out to Jose Alvarado. He was a big energetic piece for them when Brunson got hurt. He actually helped cut the lead, actually. So Jose Alvarado did an amazing job. I got a little hyped up. I over predicted that he would get 2 steals for the series, but Jose did his thing. Josh Hart held it down when Brunson was out the game. Great defense. He robbed who Josh Hart robbed. He robbed your boy De'Aaron a couple times. De'Aaron was looking like a shell of himself. I was on record for saying Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox coming out of college. These guys is the dim, like they dim. Not to say they haven't had decent careers, but it's nowhere near what I thought their potential was. Maybe they used all their legs up in college, but De'Aaron Fox looks like a shell of himself. This does not look like the Sacramento De'Aaron Fox. Definitely don't look like the Kentucky De'Aaron Fox. Like, they need, I don't know what he got to do to turn back the hands of time. Spurs start fouling. They're down by 10. 12 consecutive win for New York. They'll take the first game on the road. I'm going to be honest with you. If the Spurs don't come out in game 2, and look, Jalen Brunson is smart. He politicking. Instead of go celebrate with his team, he runs straight over to the rough like, hey, man, listen. Look, you can see how he looking. He went straight up to the ref like, I don't appreciate not getting the call on certain calls. He's setting himself up for game 2. Smart move. Before I go celebrate, let me go apply some pressure. Set this. See, that's how. Somebody get this video to Shea Alexander. Take a lesson from Jalen Brunson. I can flop and cry about it, or I can set myself up to say, hey man, listen. Go over the tape. Look at the tape. I don't know if referees are required to review the entire game like a football player or a basketball player have to do a film study. I would hope that they mandate that referees study their own film and be like, damn, I could have did better on that call, or I could have put myself in better position, or damn, I should have let the mid ref at the half court or under the basket make that call, because I think they got 3 refs at this point. It used to be 2. And I mean, they might got 3, I think, at this point. My point is, I called that call. I wasn't in a position to really see every aspect of that call. I jumped to the rush of that. So I think Jalen probably told his ref, hey man, look at the tape. Look how many times I got hit. Like real hit. I didn't flop. But I'm talking to you after the game to let you know, do better next game. I'm not gonna mention nothing press conference, get myself fined, put you under the microscope, but I need you to do better next game. That's what all players should do. Instead of all that flopping mid game. And Josh Hart did a little bit of baby flopping, I ain't gonna lie. Josh Hart on a couple of them screens, Josh will flop on the screen. You putting Jalen at a disadvantage, even though Jalen, he know his teammate because they played at Villanova. But it's like, damn, I gotta go against 2 guys now. You're not even a threat that I can kick it back out to. So they know I'm kind of one-dimensional at this point because you laying on the ground hoping to get the call off a screen. So I think Josh Hart could do a little bit better with the flopping on screens. But nevertheless, he did a good job. Knicks take game 1. I think key for the Spurs next game, like I said, Wemby has to get rest in certain periods. If the Spurs don't come out, see, the formula for game 2 changes. See, this was the time to let him rest for that first quarter, let him come back in the second quarter, but instead you put him back in the second quarter and you take him out at a pivotal point in the third. I'm already telling you, hey, big fella, he got the mindset. He already waved the train off when the trainer tried to come check on his legs. Hey, big fella, I'm gonna need you probably to do. I need 24 minutes out you this second half. At minimum, I need 22. You get a minute out. I don't need them to get no rhythm with it, getting used to you under the back without being under the basket. Because once they fall, they shots start falling, they get in the rhythm. The New York Knicks is a rhythm team. That's what I see in this game. The time, mind you, I don't believe the Spurs ever. This is the biggest deficit that the Spurs had at the end of the game. The Spurs led the majority of the game. And the Knicks are tied up and then they'll go back down. The reason why it kept fluctuating wasn't nothing that other than Wembanyama changing their shots. The Knicks is a rhythm team. When they get in rhythm, the most pivotal part, that's why I say Cat is the player of the game for me, is because when the Knicks didn't have it working, Cat was dominating that offensive board. Mind you, the Knicks fell out of rhythm. They ain't had no rhythm, but Cat was the consistent force. He played like bully ball almost. And it's so crazy because it gave Mitchell Robinson confidence because Mitchell Robinson was getting mudded by Wembanyama the first half. But then what I noticed that was key was Wembanyama tried to post up. That's another thing he gonna have to do this offseason. I don't know if it'll put danger to his kneecaps and stuff like that, but he gotta put on at least 20 pounds, man, because he couldn't move Mitchell for nothing. He tried to lean into him. He wasn't going nowhere. And then what did he do? Too many times Vic settled. I'm gonna start calling him Vic. Vic settled for a jump shot, 15-footer, 10-footer. Bro, you too damn big. Fucking lean forward into it. Lean them arms up like what's that Leonardo da Vinci painting when God reaching down from the heavens. Lean toward the basket. Cut the distance down by at least 5 feet. I would be almost trying to lay every damn thing up. I gotta get the ball low. My new thing, if Wembanyama, your keys to success is I don't want to see you take no more than 4 perimeter shots next game. I need every shot at the basket. Every shot, y'all either gonna foul me or I'm gonna score. I'm gonna force y'all hand. I'm gonna make it an ugly game. I'm gonna make it look like when Bam scored them 80 points. I'm going to the line 30 times each game the rest of this series. I need the ball down low. I think he don't get the ball deep enough. That's his fault from being so great because he's a ball handler. But the problem is you can't get deep in the paint because you can't put that shoulder against nobody and back nobody down. Charles Barkley will say you ain't got enough cake back there. You ain't got enough LBs. So I think since he can't put on 30 pounds in the next couple days, hold on, let me turn this news off. Hold on. He is going to be charged with several crimes. So basically, I think the issue is, like I said, Webby needs the ball down deeper. When they give him, he need to be literally under the basket. I don't even want to see too much alley oops no more. We need the ball firmly in your hand, you with full control. I don't care about the double team. Dunk over both of them. Draw the foul, you make or you miss. We can live with that. But Wemby I need to see him at the free throw line at least a minimum. I'm not even exaggerating. 20 times next game. That means he needs to be playing real physical ball. Meaning not to say he didn't try, but he settled too much for the jumper, and his jumper wasn't hitting. It's hit or miss. And it's like, okay, your jumper not hitting tonight. We need you to get deeper in the paint. I can get you. De'Aaron Fox can get it that deep. Pause. He could get deep in the paint, and he could get you in a position where you can actually put your skill set to use and dunk over the top. But you can't be catching the ball at the top of the key and then trying to drive like you're a point guard. Otherwise, you have turnovers like you did late in the game tonight. Ball dribble right off your foot. We have confidence in you to drive down the floor and be a break starter and stuff like that. But what we don't have confidence in you is to do hezzies and dribble. You could pull up off the dribble, but we don't expect your dribble to set up your shot like a Steph Curry can set his own shot up off of his dribble, or a Kyrie Irving. You're a point center or whatever you want to call it, but you're not a point guard. It's just not physically possible for you to be moving the ball like that fluid without making a turnover on a consistent basis. So I think that relinquish his point guarding to De'Aaron Fox, we need you to turn back the hands of time, brother. You look washed out there. Champagne let a beautiful first half go to waste by Champagne and I think that was Dylan Harper, whatever his name is. They could have done a lot better. Let me see what his comments are. Hold on. My bad. Keep up, keep up the positive attitude, sir. That's what you need to make it blessings. I appreciate that bit, Jay. Um, yo, bro, you kind of these trolls, dog. Yeah, keep talking for real, for real. Field of vision. Do you ever say please and thank you while in public all the time? That's how I was raised. People get offended when I say yes sir, yes ma'am, because I say it to younger folks, and I be like, that's just how I was raised. Yes sir, yes. I say yes ma'am to my daughter, so it's like, yeah, that's how I was raised. Yeah, I definitely speak. Say please and thank you most definitely, and I say I appreciate you a lot. That's why I say thank you. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we could this guy. So all in all, I think that's the next step for the Spurs going in for the next game, which is they need to focus more on getting Wemby the ball down low under the basket, not at the on elbow shooting a fadeaway. And that's another thing. Who do you need to shoot a fadeaway against in the NBA outside of Bobo, who got the wingspan like you and the height like you? Outside of that, there's nobody you can't shoot over the top. So that fadeaway is just like pretty. It's like, yeah, the aesthetic of it look good, but it doesn't help your game. It actually decreases your opportunity to make the shot, makes it harder. You're making your own difficult shots. You shouldn't be doing that. And also, like I said, De'Aaron Fox, I think he should play with a little more speed. I would like to see De'Aaron Fox not take jump shots either, because his jumper wasn't falling. I don't look at De'Aaron Fox as a what do you call it? A rhythm shooter. De'Aaron Fox is a slasher. So now, mind you, college, Sacramento days, let that man shoot. I believe his shot. I got faith in his shot. It'll come back. Times has changed. He's gotten older. A lot of miles on him, but he got enough to put out. You got enough to lay it all on the table for one last series, because this is about as deep as you're gonna ever get in the playoffs. Yeah, even if you with the Spurs, I think this is your time right now to strike the kettle. Because if I'm the Spurs, I'm looking at you kind of side eye. Like in our biggest moment, okay, can we win a championship? Okay, we can dominate or we could get back in a great, because OKC ain't going nowhere. So like they're not going nowhere. I'm not even worried about the rest of the teams in the West. It's a two-man race for the next 3 years. Spurs, OKC. You know how back in the days we could call out some more teams that got an opportunity or a chance. Like they talking about the Warriors trying to get Kawhi Leonard. What's that? It's just like when they got Jimmy Butler. You bought 3 years too late. Like what's out? All you're gonna be doing is looking like an older Clippers. Remember when the Clippers had? Oh, remember the Lakers? We had all the old people and stuff, and Charles Barkley used to clown us and say, "Oh, look at the old ass geezers." That's what they're gonna be looking like if they need to stay with the young movement, sort of like the Spurs got a youth movement, and and that's what Golden State need to be focused on. Having said that, though, I don't see a formidable team that can challenge OKC and the Spurs. It's a two-man race. And with that said, they're not guaranteed to get back to the finals next year. So with that said, I think San Antonio need to be looking for, if you don't replace De'Aaron Fox, at least I need a point guard that I can give just as much contribution. I need a point guard I can do about 18 to 20 minutes a game for me. I gotta cut some of your minutes, my brother. Like, and I gotta start working somebody into the system that complements um the two-man game for when beyond. But like, think about it. If you look at the Spurs, right? Think about how the Spurs were scoring tonight. They was shooting the ball really fast. It was like in a quick shooting 7-second perimeter centric offense, right? And Wembanyama kind of do his thing. He kind of like freelance. But and they were shooting. One thing they had success with the Spurs wasn't a Greg Popovich. The New York Knicks played more like Greg Popovich in the second half, in the sense that it touched four people's hands. They were swinging the hell out there raw. It was like art. It was like just beautiful. I remember one time, I think that was like the '05 finals or something like that, 2005. And I remember one of the announcers, they was like, this is like surgical, because it was time the Spurs would
bring the ball up, and the ball didn't even touch the floor. I'm talking about you probably got the first dribble off the rebound, pass, pass, swing, 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 and the ball never touched the floor. And they always tell you what's the old school saying? The ball can move quicker than you can. So and that they was like a pass friendly team. It wasn't about like a ball dominant player. Like Tim Duncan wasn't a ball dominant player. Manu Ginobili wasn't a ball dominant player. Tony Parker kind of was, but Tony Parker know how to swing it when he got to. So it's like with that said, I think that Spurs need to swing that ball a little bit more next series. And what worked for them in the first half was that they was pulling up very fast into the shot clock, very fast into the possession, catching the New York Knicks before they can get their half court defense in place, and that's how they was getting points. But I don't think that should be their offense. I think they should run a pick and roll offense. Wemby is the perfect pick and roll player of all time. But I don't think De'Aaron Fox and nobody else on that team. De'Aaron Fox obviously is the one that can complement Wemby the most so far as their team is currently structured. But I think moving forward, I need me a point guard that can complement Wembanyama game, and a point guard that literally like he's speedy, shifty. You know who I would have cheered for? I cheered for back in the days, and it's a shame it didn't work out. Cause like we be swearing people be bums because that's why they didn't work out in the NBA. But Kendrick Nunn had a great opportunity to be rookie of the year. He was going ham. Kendrick Nunn went on a streak where he was like averaging like 25, 26 a game in his rookie year. It was like the Heat magic. And freaking when he got traded, that was the worst thing that happened for his career because it's all about timing and where you're at and being in a position. And he went to the Lakers and just went to rotting, literally rotting on the bench. And you can't be a point respectfully, you can't be a point guard on a LeBron team. You can play that position, but LeBron is the point guard. So it takes away, you got to become an off-ball player, and that's not Kendrick Nunn game. Some people would say because he can shoot so good, he's a shooter, but I actually think that he's a playmaker who can shoot. And one thing about the NBA too is confidence. When you lose it, you might not ever get it back. And then when he did have his opportunity, he didn't shine like he did in Miami. But a player, so I'm not going to say Kendrick Nunn himself, but I would say a player with a player comp similar to Kendrick Nunn will fit a Wembanyama. Somebody that, okay, I'll be the popper, you be the roller. And then I'm going to pop this shit every time they leave with you because they're going to leave with Wembanyama when they go to rolling. And so, boom, okay, now I got the open shot and I can make it confidently at a high percentage. Or if Wembanyama want to shoot over the top because he's a great shooter, I'm quick enough on that first step, and I hate to say that. Obviously, Jalen Brunson compliment any big man. They need that's a good player comp too. They need a Jalen Brunson kind of guy, quick first step, and who can get you off the dribble. He's not the fastest player in the league, but his first step is insane. And once you get that, you seen tonight they was pulling on Jalen Brunson in the back of his jersey because, and that's why I say De'Aaron Fox done got older. He done lost his step. He traditionally is a very quick guard, but he done lost his step. Jalen Brunson was getting around him whenever he wanted to, and he had to tug on his jersey. So they need somebody with and it's crazy because he don't got the full game. He's a great backup point guard, Alvarado type speed. Like Jose really was big for New York when he brought that change of pace in when Jalen couldn't get it going early, and he was just his change of pace and his speed was like something that the Spurs probably wasn't ready for. And so it wasn't the fact that he was making shots, it was his ability to get into the paint, make the defense collapse, kick it back out. That's what it's all about. So that's my opinion on what the Spurs need as far as next year. As far as what they need to do to win this series, like I said, you got to get them the ball low. And as far as what New York need to do to sustain their success is, I believe Alvarado need at least about 14, 15 minutes per, in my opinion. His change of pace is great for Jalen Brunson. It complements Jalen Brunson game, throws the rhythm of them adjusting to Jalen. I believe by them having to adjust to Jose, by the time Jalen can, and just look at the tape. Go anybody who recorded the game or got it on whatever digital record. If you go back and look at it, freaking Jalen Brunson had more success when he came back because the change of pace of Alvarado threw the defensive rhythm off. You got all this speed, then you got this calculated half court player. Jalen Brunson, I said that I don't know if it was on the first stream or this stream, but I was like, he doesn't do well on fast breaks. Like he just doesn't. It's like he got a quick first step, but he's not fast. So he's not gonna push the ball up and change the flow like Alvarado can and make the numbers work in his advantage, and then kick it back out for a fast point, a fast break three or something. So I think Alvarado needs at least 14 minutes per. Cat need to keep playing the way he playing, which is aggressive, getting up like Cat. Well, when Cat was saying he the best 3-point big man in the league, that was not working for him in Minnesota because he got so used to his own height. He was on some. I'm gonna try to shoot threes all game. Cat, somebody that got in his ear, maybe Shaq, is like, man, you too damn big. Get your behind in this paint and bully. And that's what Cat was on the boards. He was a full center tonight. He wasn't just an offensive center. He was a well balanced, well all around superstar center. And that was something to see. That was a sight to behold. It was like, damn, I never seen Cat in my life play that aggressive. Maybe because it's a championship on the line, but if he can keep his intensity, Josh Hart keep playing great defense on De'Aaron Fox. Like I said, he robbed De'Aaron Fox a couple times. He made a couple knockdown threes. Mitchell Robinson did great against Wemby. As far as see with Mitchell Robinson, you respectfully, he's there as a body. It's like you just there to wear. All we need you to do is wear him down. We're not asking you to score a lot. We're asking you to fight for putbacks, fight for rebounds, tire him out, use a couple fouls on him. That's what your job is, knowing your role and excelling in your role. And I think he could do that for the remainder of the series. Who else for the Knicks was pivotal? Oh, Shamit. Oh my goodness. It was a time coming up the court where I thought well it was Jalen Brunson missed Shaman on a wide. It was just after Shaman had made a trade and they kicked it out to him and they was talking about how when they swung it an extra time because the guy was like he understood that Shaman on the street. So he swung it out to Shaman and Shaman nailed it. Coming right down the court on the next possession. I was so shocked how the Spurs was sagging off of Shaman, almost daring them to pass it back to him. He was literally in the same spot. And Jalen never looked this way one time. He ended up kicking it to the right for I think Josh Hart to take a tray and a brick. And then they didn't do nothing with the possession. They didn't score. It's things like that, being consistent. What's working for you, hey, don't change it up if it's working for you. Don't fix it if it ain't broken. And I think that when you got a rhythm shooter like a Shamit, when you got him open like that and he's on fire, we're kicking it to you. Hey, you got the green light. Until you don't no longer have the green light, you got it. So that's what the Knicks' keys to success is, that consistency like that. I don't think that there's an advantage as far as the bench depth goes. Like if they was playing OKC, the advantage would be OKC has the bench depth. I think they gonna be on some 7 to 8 man rotations the rest of this series. So I don't know if it's due to a lack of bench or they just got that much confidence in the guys. But I would probably want to, if I'm the Spurs head coach, I'm looking at what other viable options I could do to complement Wemby game as far as the pick and roll game. I think the pick and roll game is going to be key to the Spurs success. Picking you got and Wemby, he has to be the see. This is my thing too. Like I said, I like to see him get it down low. Right, he need to get it deep into the post. But if he's gonna handle the rock, I want him rolling, meaning I don't need you up there trying to cross nobody over and set yourself up to get open. No, that's not your game. Your game is you got the rock, you have the ability to dribble it. You're like a face up forward. Like you remember those they have big mans back in the days. Was one his name was Kevin Seraphin. He's like I don't know. He's the most notable face up forward I remember from back in the days. Or the other kid played for New York. Cal O'Brien or Cal or something. I don't know. He played for Norfolk State in college. Point is, that's your game. You're a face up forward. But I don't think you could just take guys off the damn like off of crossing nobody over. The only reason you could take them off the dribble because you shoot so damn high they can't block it. But I like you as a roller and your ability to handle the rock if you're the roller on the pick and roll. But as far as you just in open space and going ISO and think you just gonna like get past somebody, nah, brother. It's or to think that you're gonna face somebody up or either try to back them down, you ain't got enough weight. So I want you as my roller on the pick and roll. or I want you getting this ball deep. That's those are the two options. And if, like I said, if you play the pick and roll, you need you need somebody with the confidence that can actually. You know what I would do? I'll switch it up. Listen, I don't know. From now on, Matt Castle, he did an amazing job overall the whole game. He was probably the most consistent for the Spurs all night. That's who I need handling my rock. That's who I need running my pick and rolls. Don't get me wrong. De'Aaron Fox can handle the rock point guard duties of bringing it up the court and stuff like that. But early into the clock, early and often, I'm talking about almost literally soon as De'Aaron Fox bring it past the half court mark, I need I need my boy Castle coming right up on him for the rock, like a handoff, like a running back getting a handoff. That way the New York Knicks don't catch, because the New York Knicks was jumping in the lanes all night. Josh Hart did a great job jumping in the lanes all night. So I don't want you getting too confident where we just the one dimensional and then they jumping into the lanes all night. No, come get this rock from me once I pass half court. Get into this pick and roll early. I roll out, get somewhere posted up where I can shoot this tray if I got to. Or if I'm open for the tray, obviously the momentum of the defender trying to close out on me, I'm fast enough to go around him. So couple head fakes, maybe next game for De'Aaron Fox, instead of take the trade just because it's open on me, you got to take it, bro. You open for a reason. Respectfully, I'm talking about. I'm a big fan. I don't want anybody that come across to be like, he just talking crazy about this. Listen, I'm a big fan of De'Aaron Fox game. I thought it was gonna be way bigger than what he's been had a good career, but I just thought he was gonna be like Dame Lillard ish. You feel me? Like I thought that's what I thought his game was. And same thing with Malik Monk. You did so. Like I never thought Malik Monk would be a role player this early into his career. I thought Malik Monk was a superstar or a top three guy when you building the big three. That's what I thought he was. But you know, the NBA is ever evolving, and that's why, because it's ever evolving, I need my pick and roll round with Castle and Wimby the next game. Having said that, y'all take care. Hope y'all enjoy it, and we'll see what developments come over these next couple of days and roster changes and if anything happen new or team philosophy. Y'all take care.